Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear friends, it is a privilege to give this introductory talk today, presenting the project Prometheus, Promoting Universal Values Through Digital Epigraphy and Cultural Heritage, and welcome you to the Symposium Engraving Universal Values. Prometheus is funded by the European Commission, the Culture Strand of the Creative Europe program. It is a small-scale cooperation project between three countries, North Macedonia, Serbia, Bulgaria, running from 2023, 2024, formally, but the project ends with this year. The project also benefited from the financial aid of the Ministries of Culture of the three participating countries. The project brings together five partner institutions: the Archaeological Museum of the Republic of North Macedonia, who is the coordinator of the project, the University of Sofia, St. Kliment Ohridski in Bulgaria, the Institute for Balkan Studies of the Serbian Academy of Sciences and Arts, and the Faculty of Philosophy of the University of Belgrade, and the Faculty of Philosophy of the University of Skopje, St. Cyril and Methodius. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to express the gratitude to the people who are exceptionally important for this project. Firstly, I would like to thank our project coordinator, Slavica Babamova, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but sends her regards. And special thanks to Professor Elena Dukeska, the mastermind and the heart of the project, for pushing us not only to complete the goals set in the project, but to aim higher than what was expected. We owe gratitude to our institutions for exceptional support, and also to the Serbian Academy of Sciences and Arts and its dedicated team for hosting this symposium. Many thanks to Dr. Vojislav Pavlović, Director of the Institute for Balkan Studies, Professor Daniel Sinani, Dean of the Faculty of Philosophy, and especially to Radmila Pejić, Maja Jovicić, and Slađana Dugonjić del Castillo, whose energy, commitment, and hard work have been essential through the project. Thanks to Sandra Stjepanović, Professor Sandra Stjepanović, for supporting the project and for opening the symposium, and to Professor Vojin Nedeljković, who coordinates the work package under which this symposium is implemented. From the outset, Prometheus was conceived not only as a digital epigraphy project, but also as a bridge across borders, disciplines, and generations. It asks questions like, what do inscriptions carved in stone 2,000 years ago have to say to us today? And how can we use both scholarship and technology to amplify those voices? The inscriptions are not only historical sources, but deeply personal records of human experience. When we speak of universal values, we are not dealing with abstract principles. We are speaking about human realities that shape how people live in community, dignity, justice, solidarity, grief, love, whether in Roman provinces 2,000 years ago or in our societies today. The Prometheus project has placed universal values at its center precisely because such messages are not bound by time and place. Already when conceiving this project, we felt that this is something that is urgently needed. This was happening at the moment when the war in Ukraine was breaking out. And since then, other conflicts and unrest have followed: conflict in the Middle East, growing polarization across societies. Here in Serbia, a year of protests have shown how strongly people feel about questions of justice and democracy. In such a world, academic focus on universal values is not just a research topic, it's a statement of relevance. Prometheus demonstrates that the study of ancient past is not detached from today's challenges, and that the humanities, ancient epigraphy included, have a role to play in this. It is precisely in times of tension and division that we need to hear these voices from the past and to allow them to remind us that human dignity, justice, and community are never outdated. Ancient inscriptions, among other things, speak of resilience, of the struggle for belonging, of the desire to be remembered, of loyalty and trust, but also they raise questions of power, responsibility, and reciprocity. These stones remind us that values are not abstract ideals, but lived realities, sometimes contested and fragile. Let me illustrate this with a couple of inscriptions from Serbia that will be part of the collection, Prometheus collection. A Greek inscription from Kosmai addresses the passerby directly, reminding them of the frailty of life, the unpredictability of fate, and know how uncertain fortune can be, states the inscription, despite the efforts that someone puts in the work. Someone carved this appeal for compassion and memory into stone 2,000 years ago. And today, it still reaches us, asking us to reflect on what truly matters in life. Next one states, live in happiness and pour out libations to our shades. Remember us, for one day you too shall become as we are. Reads the inscription of sarcophagus from Viminatium, echoing a Virgilian verse, reminding us of the universal values of remembrance, shared mortality, and the enduring bond between living and the dead. Prometheus does not only digitize stones, it reactivates their voices, showing us that what was once carved in stone still speaks to us today, and that it is up to us to live by those values, to engrave them into the fabric of our own societies. In methodological sense, the Prometheus project is complex as it includes a range of different methods of both traditional and classical scholarship, and particularly ancient epigraphy, as well as new disciplines that pertain to the domain of digital world. Also, it includes methodologies and strategies for engaging different audiences. Despite the complexity, all these different methodologies blend seamlessly and mutually reinforce each other in our project. It is organized in 5 work packages, with each partner managing one of them. First, you can see here how the project is broken down, but of course, you don't have to read this all at once. The project coordinator, Archaeological Museum of North Macedonia, is responsible for the management. This is overarching work package that covers project management, planning, administration, coordination, meetings of the managing team, that includes representatives of all institutions that are involved, and of course, reporting. Next one is capacity building. And the aim of this second work package, which is coordinated by Institute for Balkan Studies, I'm just moving too fast, I'm sorry, is to enhance capacities of cultural, educational, and research institutions in our countries and develop tools for documenting, representation, and dissemination of epigraphic heritage, as well as developing audiences through this new capacity. In the framework of this work package, Prometheus has organized 3 workshops so far. The first event was a 5-day workshop, Digital Tools for the Epigraphist, the first Prometheus project training workshop, which was held online. And the training included lectures and hand-on exercises by the Prometheus team members. And especially I would like to thank Elina Boeva and Dimitri Iliev, who carried the hardest weight of this workshop, but also guest lecturers that joined us to speak on various topics from this area. Also, the accent was placed on providing basic training in encoding inscriptions using Epidog and utilizing front-end platforms to visualize the encoded material, but also other techniques such as 3D, working with code repositories, open science licensing, and etc. The second workshop was titled, and these are screenshots from the first event. The second workshop was titled Telling Tales from Stones, Digital Storytelling and Ancient Inscriptions, which aimed to explore the stories told by inscriptions and how to make them accessible and engaging to a modern audience, bridging the gap between ancient and contemporary through digital storytelling to make these historical narratives accessible and engaging for modern audience. And second Prometheus workshop was held in Skopje in May, and over 3 days, the program combined scholarly presentations, field visits to Stibera and Skupi, and practical demonstrations to foster capacity building and interdisciplinary dialogue. Sessions covered a range of topics from digital corpora, publishing projects, using of AI, but also an audience development, storytelling, and education-focused engagement. These events gathered rich multimedia material, especially video material lasting for more than 20 hours, which is included in our tutorial on digital epigraphy, which also contains other materials on containing instructions, hands-on exercises, etc., on 4 languages. It's our national languages as well as English. Next, the work package Networking and Knowledge Sharing is led by Faculty of Philosophy of the University of Belgrade and by Professor Vojin Nedeljković. It aims to enhance the cooperation and exchange of experience and knowledge in Greek and Roman epigraphy, digital epigraphy, cultural heritage management, etc. And shared experience and knowledge in Greek and Roman digital epigraphy used as tools for audience development through direct engagement with the public. In the framework of this work package, as I said, is also this symposium. Next, this segment of the project included lecture series, and we had this part of the project is completed. We had 3 planned lectures. The first one was delivered by Professor Nikolić Sharankov. It was titled Epigraphic Practice in Ancient Trace. And it gave an outstanding overview of epigraphic habits in Thrace for a period of 12 centuries from 6th century BC to 6th century AD. It's not well, it's that. The second lecture, A Sad Fate of a Peaceful Citizen, reading of the Tombstone IMS 439, was delivered by Professor Vojin Nedeljković, and it was focused on fragmented epitaph from Roman city of Naissus, which was written in mixture of Latin prose and verse, and it displayed a very interesting methodological point for those who want to learn about epigraphy, and also it had a very moving moral story behind it. The third lecture was given by the project coordinator, Slavica Babamova. It was titled Inscriptions as Historical Documents, Roman Macedonia Between East and West, which concluded this series. And of course, this is a poster of our current event, which I already mentioned, is a part of this work package. The 4 core work package of this project, I will not speak about it because it will have a dedicated talk given by its coordinator, Professor Dimitar Iliev, who will talk about this important segment of the project just in a few minutes. I will skip to the fifth work package, communication and dissemination, which is actually cross-cutting diagonal package that connects all aspects of the project and presents them to the world through publications, online platforms, social media, through different formats on networks such as text, short films, creative posts, project newsletter. They really have a lot of work to do. So thank you to the communications team. And so I've been talking for a long time now. It is time to conclude. And I would like just to finish this with a sort of a more personal note. Although Prometheus is formally limited to the period of 2025, it can also be seen as the beginning of a much broader process. Our aim is for the results to remain available long after the project ends. And for the circle of cooperation, we have established not only to continue, but to grow. And the project team, and I will finish with this, the project team is made up of truly wonderful people. And from the very beginning, the atmosphere has been collegial, friendly, and warm, in the spirit of universal values, which are not only engraved in stone, but also cultivated among people. This too is something that Prometheus has to share. Thank you.